Hi YouTube. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to tell you about my teeth. It's a question that I get asked a lot about. When I tell people that my front teeth aren't real, and I just thought that there's probably people out there that will come to this video looking for something specific and wanting a bit more information, and I just feel like if I tell you the story of how it happened and the process I went through, and what my thoughts are, how much did it cost, how painful was it, maybe for someone out there who's been in a similar situation as myself, it gives them a few answers and hopefully allows them to see that there is an opportunity to sort of it's not forever. You can have a beautiful smile once again. So I kind of touched on it briefly in the last video I did, but I'm just going to start again from scratch, so just in case you might not have seen the video. So these teeth here, that and that on a fake, and then the rest of these are all veneers. And what happened was, I think it was just before my 21st birthday, and I went to Costcutter in London. So which is just like Costcutter's like a sort of like the liquor store, or just like a newsagent's up in London. There's one quite regularly, and at the time there had been a lot of counterfeit vodka and counterfeit alcohol floating about. Now you always assume that when you're purchasing something from a shop, it's not like eBay where there's like loads of fakes like around. When you're buying food from a shop or drink from a shop, you kind of expect them to be, what it says it is. But unfortunately in this situation it wasn't the case. And I drank the vodka. Normally I've got a really good tolerance for alcohol. I've never been sort of ill. I've never blacked out or anything like that. And I just ended up smacking my face on the floor, went straight down. And I remember being woken up by a paramedic because it was sort of like 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning, and I just completely passed out. I'd been hallucinating all sorts of things, and I ended up in hospital, and it was quite serious. My parents at the time were living overseas. My boyfriend and I at the time had a huge argument, and he just left me. In fact, he didn't even come to the hospital to come get me until hours later. Obviously, I've got well shot of him, and he was really angry with me because he thought I'd done it to myself, but obviously this wasn't the case. I had this scary, super religious like nurse lady saying, "Did you take drugs?" And I was like, no, I'm not like that. She's like, "You'll ruin your life with drinking." And obviously we got the test results back, and I'd smacked my face pretty badly and snapped my teeth, and one of them had sort of clean come out. So at the time I didn't really have a lot of money. It was really difficult to get an NHS dentist, so even if I got the NHS dentist, it still would have cost me money to get them fixed and that kind of thing. So I kind of toddled around for a bit with no front teeth, and I've had them fixed a couple of times, but kind of like they've always been sort of like a temporary fix. So I've either had like a bridge, or I got offered a denture at one point, which no 25, 26-year-old at their right mind wants to be the one wearing dentures. And so, and at the time, my job is, I actually work in sales, so I kind of have to sell myself a lot of the time, and a lot of my job was face-to-face sales. And then I remember being in this meeting, and we were talking to this guy. It was face-to-face meeting, it had been going quite well, and the guy was trying to explain the situation that was really difficult, and he went, "Oh, it's almost like pulling teeth," and he stopped and backtracked. And I was embarrassed for him, but I was also so embarrassed for myself. And when I met Gareth, I didn't have my front teeth, and I was very self-conscious. I used to walk around talking like this all the time, mumbling. I never smiled or anything like that. And things got pretty serious between us. And he said to me, "If you want, I will pay for you to get your teeth done." So I went to the dentist, and I got referred to a specialist who dealt with cosmetic dentistry. And the whole process from start to finish took about 8 months. So what they first did was they pulled out what was left of the teeth that needed to be removed, let that settle down, and then they drilled by the way, just a disclaimer, this gets pretty gruesome, so if you've got a squeamish nature, maybe want to fast forward a little bit, but they effectively drilled into my jaw, into my skull, and placed like these titanium, like, I guess like screw sort of bits where you know, like a socket for a screw. So there's one there, there's one there, there's one there as well. And then I had to wait for that to heal, and they stitched up all my gums and everything, and it was so painful. The actual procedure at the time was fine, but when the anaesthetic started wearing off, and I remember because we were sat in a car park, Gareth was picking me up some painkillers and stuff like that, and I just started crying and shaking, and I went into shock. But it got easier, and you know, it sort of healed, and the stitches came out, and you know, started, and that was the December. And in the meantime, I had like work done, like I had the castings done so that they match. I had some whitening done. Started getting ready for veneers and stuff like that. And I think I had like a sort of temporary one put in, which was alright. It didn't look as good though. And then I had all the veneers done. The veneers were the most painful thing I've ever had. They literally drill your teeth down and then like stick it on. But the only way I can describe it is like they feel really exposed and really sensitive, and like just, you know, they use the spray thing at the dentist. That spraying on it was just agony. It was like, I can only describe it as sort of pure pain. But then obviously they screw them in, and I think it was June 2012 I had all my teeth fixed. So these are the finished results, and they're not too difficult to upkeep. I mean, the problem with I would say with the two implanted teeth, because they're like crowns, is where they're next to each other they did a joint one. So I'll floss all my teeth, but I can't floss in between there. But there's a little sort of just bit at the top. And if anything gets stuck there, it's really difficult to get out in terms of like mouthfeel and chewing and stuff like that. The one good thing, I can't bite my nails anymore because it doesn't feel like I can. Like, I still bite down, but I can't get like sort of, you know, which is good because obviously I can grow my nails. In terms of when it was first put in, it did feel quite alien. But very quickly, I think it was literally just a couple of hours, it felt fine. Food wise, yeah, I can eat corn on the cob. I can eat bread, like crusty bread, and I'm just thinking back actually when I was before I had it all done, I actually had a tooth break in the middle of dinner. The first time I ever had dinner around Gareth's dad's house on a piece of crusty bread, and then there was another one where I had like a cap on, which was one of the temporary ones. And we were around my sister's eating tacos, and it flew out across the table, and I just went and locked myself in the toilet and just cried. So embarrassing. Not that anybody judged me, but I was so paranoid about what people thought of me. You know, people thought I was like a druggie, and they didn't brush my teeth and stuff like that, and it was you know, obviously quite traumatic. But you know, it's just given me a completely new lease on life. Like, you know, I feel confident to go up to people and give them a big smile, and I can wear the bright lipsticks that I've always wanted to wear, and, you know, like my cupboard's full of reds and pinks and stuff, you know, I just can wear now, and it really, like, without sounding super cheesy, it quite literally gave me my life back. So, the total process... now please bear in mind I did not pay for this, my husband did. I'm not boasting, I don't want anybody to think, you know, that I'm showing off, but the average dental implant singly is about £2,000. Now they will last for the duration of your lifetime, hopefully. However, the crowns need to be replaced sort of every 5 to 10 years, same with veneers and things like that. And it's not an easy process. If you smoke or anything like that, you have to quit because your body will just reject it. I actually quit smoking to do it. And yeah, so it's not like a quick fix. It's very painful. And the total cost for, it was 3 dental implants, veneers, whitening, loads of fillings as well, just sort of sorting everything out, came in excess of £6,500. So I was obviously very fortunate that, you know, my husband paid for it for me. We did it in instalments. You can get finance, 0% finance over, say, a 12-month or 24-month period. Thing is, most places will give you a free consultation as well. They'll be able to give you a good price, and where if you're getting quite a bit of work done all in one go, they'll tend to, they'll sort of give you discounts and things like that. So that's my kind of teeth story. If anybody's got any questions at all, please feel free to drop me a comment below, or send me a message or something, or reply by video. And yeah, so thanks very much, and I'll give you my big smile now. So bye.